Hello everyone, it's Diane. I finished the 4 glue books that I was working on. This was a week where I could snatch a few moments here and there to do some work in my craft room. So I just did this project, which wasn't as involved as a decorated journal. So I got these done. 2 of them are spoken for. This one, everybody liked this one the best, and I love it. It's got Edison on the front. And this one was spoken for. So let me go through the other 2 first, because they are the ones that will be available in the shop. I thought maybe this one was spoken for, but she didn't get back to me yet. So I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm going to wait another day before I list this, but I'll show it to you anyway. It's the brown cover that kind of looks like leather. It's not. It just has the texture. And it says Creative Home Decorating. This book was from the 1950s. It's got this upholsterer's braid here, that stiff striped fabric, and then there's the back. These are undecorated books. Oh, I wanted to show you, in case you didn't see the previous video, what my glue book is like and what I do with it. Mine is a lot thicker, has a lot of pages in it. So all I do is glue things in there that I like. I did a little bit of writing, not a lot. I made it out of book pages and junk mail and all kinds of stuff. There's even glassine from Applebee's. And I've been working on this for several years. And I put it away and don't work on it for a long time. And then when I remember it, I pull it out and do some more. I've got to do some more very soon, because in pulling out ephemera for the journals that I'm selling, I found a bunch of stuff that I really want to get in here, so I'm going to have to do it. So I just glue stuff in. I try to make it look pleasing to the eye, but it doesn't really have a theme for the most part. Sometimes it just depends. So it's just a fun place to put things. There's a little McDonald's bag in here, or a French fry box. Just all kinds of stuff. Some vintage images and new images. So it's really fun when you feel like being creative but you don't know what to do. That's a really easy thing to do. So let's go through this one. I love the furniture designs on the end pages. This is wallpaper, right, to start with. And this is just from a book. Scrapbook paper, an envelope flap. This is from a book about finding things in the night sky. This is from a book. A card, just a journal page. This is a cover from a magazine, because I love this. Just a brown bag, and I put some things inside. You can either use it in the book, or in my book, what I did was things I tucked in, I just collaged on those things also. Or you can journal on them. So we have book pages, music paper, calendar pages. I didn't do anything with the ties. I left them a little long. So you can clip them if you want to, hang something on them, do whatever you want with them. Here's the other end of that bag. Some of the papers that are in it are just scrapbook papers. So you could cut some of these up and use them as embellishments, or just collage right on them and put them back in the pocket. And here's the other side of the envelope. It's got quite a few things tucked in it. And the wallpaper. The second signature, this is a calendar page. And the calendar was from the library. It was a free one at the library, and it's about children's books. Here's a map page. Scrapbook paper, book page. There's another card. This has a Chrysler Building. Vintage magazine page. Some more items in this large envelope. This is some textured paper you could have fun with. I put some washi tape here because this was a sticky. I didn't want that to be sticky. Here's some wallpaper. This is actually a page from this book. This is, oh no, it's from the red book that that is already spoken for. This is for municipal offices in cities, and so there were things, advertisements for things that the city would need. This is for pumps. Some of the pages had advertisements for parking meters. They were pretty cool. This is also from that municipal book, I believe. Not sure. I don't remember. Might have been from something else. Okay. And then there's more items in here. These are a couple long cards I picked up at the library. I was just there the other day. Yesterday, I think. So I grabbed those and stuck them in there. And then the third signature has scrapbook paper, wallpaper, an envelope with some paint chips and a florist tag, a password card. My maiden name is Passmore, and when I would go to my friend Sue's house, she had a lot of siblings. So did I, but I think she had more than I know she had more than I did. But her younger sister always called me Diane Password. Empire State Building there. A tall envelope. Oh, I forgot to put something in there. I missed that one. This is from a calendar, Norman Rockwell. A very vintage bingo card. That would be fun to collage on. And there's another envelope that I missed. I'll go back and put something in both of those pockets. Another password card and a paint chip. And I added a hitch fastener and a hair tie. You don't need them yet. They won't even stay fastened yet because the book is so, excuse me, so thin. But as you fill it up, you're going to need it. See, this one is stretched pretty tight. And it started out like this. So if it was my book, I would take these things off and put them in a very safe place. At least take the hair tie off because I think it would bug me. But it's there because you will need it eventually if you actually use it. The second book that will be in my shop is this yellow book. It's a children's atlas. There's the image. And some braid again. And I just love this bright fabric that's on it. And on the back it says Weekly Reader Children's Book Club. Again, the hitch fastener is on it, but you don't need it yet. Again, end papers. I left the end papers on all 4 of these books because they were decorated very nicely. Some braid on the inside. Each of the signatures of this book begins with this large yellow envelope. So here we have another of those cards from the library. Scrapbook cardstock and a card that you can journal on, or collage on, glue on. This is a page from a recipe book, a children's workbook page, a map. This probably I think this came from this very atlas. A couple pages of scrapbook paper, wallpaper, some cards inside there. This is actually a roll of the pretty papers that you can get at Hobby Lobby with pretty map page on it. This hair tie came undone. I don't want to lose it. This is from a book about making dolls. I love this envelope that came in the mail with the children on it. So it's got some paint chips and other stuff in there. This is just something that I printed a long time ago, and it was bigger than I expected it to be, and I never did anything with it. So there you go. Some cards in there and tickets. These are Well, this is a page from this Atlas book. Got nice big pockets with these envelopes. Again, page from the Atlas, and this is a nursery rhyme book. You can use those images in your collages. Some scrapbook papers in there, remnants. And I know you've got stuff. If you're a crafter, you have remnants of stuff. You have images from magazines that you like. Buy some magazines or go to the library for free ones if your library does that. And they have interesting images. And even in the ads. This is from a book about quilts. This is from a stamp collector's book. This one was too long for the pocket. I just set it in there. There's stuff in there. This is from a book, an Usborne book, about a little pamphlet about children's books again from the library. This is just a part of one of those merchandise bags. Wallpaper. Some tags in there. This was a magazine that I picked up at the library, I think. I just thought it had very interesting and unique images. Some tickets in here, florist tag. And some things in here. And I want to show you one of the ephemera packs. Each of these books will come with quite a lot of ephemera. You'll get a small bag that has little items. I won't go through every little thing, but you'll get some tabs from my tab punch, some shapes cut from wallpaper, some cutouts from magazines, scrapbook paper, just all kinds of stuff, just images. These are from Daphne's diary. Some stickers. So, some playing cards, illustrations from vintage books and magazines. Some roses that I cut out in this one. Even making these journals and putting together the ephemera packs didn't really put much of a dent in my stuff. A larger envelope just has some larger images cut from books and magazines. Some of these images are from stamp catalogs when you used to get things in the mail instead of online. All kinds of stuff in there. Some vintage magazine and book images. Here's from a pattern book from the 1980s. Sewing pattern book. I thought those were a really interesting shape. That'd be fun. I don't know which pack goes with which book. I didn't do anything specific to books. I just made some packs and I'll just put them together. And then some larger sheets that didn't fit in the bags. Again, vintage, more modern. There's some stickers, alphabet stickers there. All kinds of fun things. So you get quite a lot in your ephemera pack, along with one of your books, and they are $40 plus shipping. I will do the, no, I guess I'll do the other two right now. I don't need to do two videos because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. This is the one that Gail chose. She told me a long time ago that she wanted a glue book. She wants to make one herself, but she's got too many things going on. So she wanted one of mine. So this one has the large envelopes, and I know I showed this to you when I first started making them. This is a flocked heavy-duty envelope from Hallmark. I just tucked it in there. Now Gail doesn't want an ephemera pack because she has enough ephemera as it is, and I understand. So I put stuff in her pockets in her book, her envelopes, but I'm not going to send her a pack because she doesn't need it. There's some cards in there from a vintage magazine. This is end paper for the National Geographic book that my junk journal glue book is made out of. I probably already went through this. I don't remember how much I showed in the video when I talked about making glue books. But none of the stuff was in the pockets, I know, when I did it. I don't think it was actually sewn together. I think I just showed you the loose signatures. And, oh, this is funny. This is one of the Hallmark pocket identifier cards. We called them PIDs, P-I-D. Anyway, I had a few of them, and I just stuck this in here, and I didn't even realize that it had a bunny on it and that Gail wanted this book. So that was a coincidence, Gail. But I think that you'll collage around him. We're out of this card, but here's a fun drawing of a bunny. So I think that you'll collage around him instead of over him. There's nothing in that pocket. Some Peanuts cartoons, scrapbook paper. This was an envelope somebody made by sewing magazine pages together, but I didn't cut this one open, so it's just a page. The other end is open. Sheet music magazine cover. This is a movie that Maggie Smith was in. They had this card at the theater. I love Maggie Smith. One of my favorite characters in Harry Potter. But I also liked her in Downton Abbey. I've seen her in other things. And I liked her in The Lady in the Van. I did watch that. Here's the other end of that envelope. And this is an envelope that came in the mail. Oh, there's a little card on the back. I thought Gail would have fun with this. And yep, there's something in there, just some Prima packaging. Really pretty packaging. I would probably collage in the middle and leave the border showing because it's so pretty. But you do what you want, Gail. I know you have your own creative ideas. I thought I put something in here, but I guess I didn't. There's some monkeys in there. This is end paper from a book, a vintage book. Norman Rockwell calendar again. I didn't even worry about the printing on the backs of some of these papers because they will be collaged over. I didn't buy fish paper. Somebody sent that to me, I think, or somebody gave me somebody I used to work with gave me some scrapbook papers. This one has, I thought this was funny. I refuse to let common sense cloud my judgment. And I love the back of it. I just love my bed. And I do. I have a really hard time going to bed and getting to sleep. But then I have a really hard time getting up in the morning because I have such a hard time at night. I don't want to get up the next day. Anyway, there we go. That's Gail's book. And then Patricia, I think is her name, selected this book. This is the Municipal Index and Atlas, and it's got the really faded part at the top, which I think makes it look really cool. I just love this cover. I love this cover. I like the braid on it. I like this bright, fun pattern on this serious kind of book. And this one doesn't have envelopes. One of the other ones didn't have envelopes either. But this one is calendar, one you're supposed to stamp on and decorate yourself, that I've had for a long time. So each of the signatures is covered with one of these pages. And because there aren't envelopes at the beginnings, the large envelopes, I just paper clipped some scraps and other things, large pieces. So I'll just go through this one quickly. This is from an old children's National Geographic magazine. I'm not sure what this book came from. I was thinking it came from this, but I don't think the subject matter came from this book. A little calendar page. There's some parchment from an art book. This came in the mail just the other day, so I stuck it in here. Lots of room. These are fun. I did one of those flip out pages in here, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It's right near the beginning. Yeah, right here. So when you get these things in the mail, save them. Put them in a glue book or other kind of junk journal. Look at your junk mail differently. I have to say, I did throw out some of the stuff I'd been collecting because I had started out by making journals that included a lot of junk mail in them. They were, junk journals. And now I don't use it so much, but I kind of wish that I hadn't gotten rid of it all. But I really had to make room in here. This is the other side of that National Geographic's Kids thing that was in here, but it's got an envelope that was for sending a check so you could order a subscription, not prescription. Vintage Quizmo card and some scrapbook papers. Paper clipped on here. Again, paint chip and scrapbook papers. Life magazine cover with a girl hula hooping. I think this magazine was from the 70s, but it was talking about the 50s. It had an article about the 50s. A note, a card. This is from this book, and there's the parking meter advertisement. You'll see it better on the other side, I think. Bingo card, playing cards. This is from a record sleeve that I got at the Salvation Army. It does have some Bill Cosby records on it. I would probably, there he is, I'd probably just collage right over them right away. That's just my opinion. I like this from an old magazine. Oh, these are facing the other way because there's a window at the back. There's the parking meters. Lots of fun stuff. I have a lot of fun with these journals. Just glue away. When you have bits and pieces left over on your desk, I do this sometimes. I don't feel like putting them away. I get my glue book down and find a place to stick them. They add fun elements to your books. There's some more stuff in there. And there we go. This one is already claimed. And she will also get an ephemera pack. So this one and this one will be available, and I will link my shop below. I also got a Happy Mail today, and I haven't even opened it yet, so I'll be right back with that. Bye-bye.